We dropped down into the charts, you know, so this is the beginning of the week. And, you know, so we already talked about, you know, what happened on the day on the daily chart. It ain't a whole bunch to, you know, look at on the daily chart. So, you know, we just went on ahead and did a deep dive into, you know, that little aspect that we were talking about. Okay. Nobody has anything. All right, then. Okay, so hold up before I delete that. Now, drop it down to a 60-minute time frame. Right? Not only, right, remember, this right here was our daily wick. That was our daily discount PDRA. Right? That was our daily discount PDRA. And as you see here, when we opened up, right? When we opened up here, we dropped down into that daily discount PDRA. Oh my God, my arrows. They didn't come down with me. Or maybe they did. Maybe they did, but I just want to make sure they're there. All right. Okay, so that's these are our wicks here. We'll move these over, move this over there, just so we can see it. All right. So y'all we can see the wicks. I want to make sure the wicks come down in time with us, right? Because they be disappearing, right? So as we see when we opened up. Right, when we opened up, we can see that we traded down into that higher time frame daily wick. We said we traded into the upper quadrant of that daily wick right there. Now, remember we talked about PMDAS. All right, remember we talked about PMDAS, and we said when we're at the bottom of the range and we start to trade outside of it, right, we will run into an old high. Right, and we saw that illustrated on the daily time frame when we traded down here, when we opened up there, and we traded down and traded into the upper quadrant of that old daily wick right there. Okay, let's turn the old daily wick off. All right, turn off the daily wick now. All right, now you see here, right, we have this wick right here. It is a part of our dealing range from this high to that low. This is a part of our dealing range, our entire dealing range. Okay, so as we trade down, right, as we trade down using our PMDAS chart, right, we come all the way down. Let me copy this over just in case that wick disappears too. All right. I want y'all to be able to see that wick also. All right, that's that wick there, right? As we trade down, right, this is our lowest low, this is our highest high. On this expansion up, price comes down, right? And what is the algorithm seeking out? Is seeking out PDRAs to react off of, right? So as we're trading down here, right, we cutting through all of this little area right here. All right, remember when y'all hear me talk about whenever we're consolidating like this, I'm never looking for PDRAs when we're just in a range like this. I'm only looking for PDRAs when the algorithm is doing something, when the elephant is stepping in the pool. While we got all of this time distortion here, right, I'm just ignoring this. Not really ignoring, but I'm not looking for PD raise. I'm not looking in and say, hey, I see an order block. Hey, I see this. Hey, I see that. I'm not looking at this right here for PD raise. All right. In this case, when something like this, I'll get into that in a second. Remember, somebody remind me if I forget that I said I was about to say in this case I'm looking at, and y'all and just remind me, and I'll get back to it. All right. So now, so as you see here, as price was coming back down into this balanced price range right here, right? What did price do? Slice through it all the way through this entire range right here, right? And it went all the way down into come here, all the way down into that old low right there, right? So the low on this candle here is 26,611 and a quarter, and that low right there is 26,612. So it sliced through all of this price action right here, right? And it went straight to an old low, right? It went straight to an old low. So why did it do that? Because this right here was an efficiently delivered area, and then we left that area, right? As we came down, right? There's no PD array in here that it's looking to engage outside of that old low. So it came down to boop, that old low, right? And once it hit that old low right there, right, we had a little reaction off of it, okay? And then once we got a little reaction off of it, right, it came back down to get a deeper sweep of the liquidity that's resting up under there, right? But where did it go to, right? It went into, right, this wick right here. But this time, as it's going into this discount wick, right, look at the difference. It went into a discount wick that's in a deep discount of our range. And so you're buying, right, off the premium of an old PD array that's in the discount of your move, right? So it's the same concept of trading outside of your range and going into an old high, right? But this time you're trading inside your range, right? And it's in a deep discount of your range, but you're coming into the premium of an old PD array that's in a deep discount of the range. So again, it's the same concept of buying in the premium of an old PD array, except for this time it's inside our range, and the one from the daily time frame, right, as we saw, it was outside of our range. The daily upper quadrant was outside of our dealing range, and this hourly, right, upper half here is inside of our range. But it's the same thing, buying inside the premium of an old PD array, right? Everybody tracking? And as we see here, we got a little bit deeper of a dig, right? It came down just above consequent encroachment of the wick, right? The low on that wick right there is 26,568 and 3/4, and the consequent encroachment is 26,567 and a half. So we closed just shy by 3 ticks higher. I mean, we dropped 3 ticks higher than consequent encroachment, but we still got that discount sensitivity. We didn't dig down past the halfway point. It's still just a dip into the pool, just dug down a little bit deeper than it previously did, right? And now let's look at a not so known PDRA that we traded down into, that we pointed out during our pre-market analysis today. If you look at regular trading hours, right? If we look at regular trading hours and we copy this over, you will notice that right there is the open on Friday, and let me put it on 15-minute time frame so I can get the right time. All right, and that right there is this is the close on Thursday, and this is the open on Friday, right? And as you see here, all right, after we opened up and dropped down into that upper quadrant of that daily wick, all right, let's hide that hourly time frame for a second. Hide that. All right, and when we look at that, that's the daily, that's the hourly, right? See, that's that upper quadrant right there's the upper quadrant from that daily wick. When I turn it on and off, that blue line right there, that's the upper quadrant of the day. Matter of fact, let's make that one. We're just gonna go with, we're just only gonna show that quadrant line. Gonna only show that quadrant line and make it fat right there, right? So that's that upper quadrant of that daily wick right there, that fat one. Matter of fact, let's make it just a solid line. Okay, it's not giving me the line. Let's just make it a solid line. All right, that's that upper quadrant right there. Now, these dotted lines here, those are the quadrants of Friday's opening range gap. That's Friday's opening range gap, okay? And when we go to electronic trading hours, we could have just put it on regular trading hours also, right? If you look at it on regular trading hours also, because this right here is at 11 o'clock in the morning, right? So at 11 o'clock in the morning, right, we drop down and we take out the sell side liquidity there from our previous New York session morning, and we trade down into the consequent encroachment of that Friday's opening range gap and rally off of there. Another area where you will be anticipating price being supported because we're above it in a buy program, right? We always did, like I said, these are the times when you're in this territory, in all-time high territory. These are the times when understanding all of the concepts that Michael teach, it can help you learn how to engage with price, and it can help you figure out, hey, why is price doing this? Why is it turning around there? Why did it stop right there? Did it stop because the president said something? Did it stop because of a war? Did it? No. If you understand what to look for, you can see this is why it's doing what it's doing. And like I was saying before, when I said when it's just ranging like this right here, I'm not looking for PDRAs inside the gobbledygook, right? I'm utilizing the quadrants and the octants of these PDRAs and the ranges that we're trading in. I'm either looking at quadrants or octants inside of a specific PDRA we're trading in, like this new week opening gap right here, or I'm looking at quadrants of a wick, because wicks are gaps. And if you have a wick near a fair value gap, the wick takes precedence, right? I'm looking at the quadrants of dealing ranges. These are the levels that I'm looking to make my trading decisions off of, right? I'm looking to take my trading decisions off of these instead of looking for PD arrays inside the gobbledygook, because the gobbledygook is nothing more than the algorithm engineering liquidity. And you're either going to be the liquidity, or you can identify the liquidity to attack.
Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Whew. While I give me some more of y'all, do me a favor, hit a like for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. Anybody got any questions?